how fast does this all go down for Cowboys fans who are sitting here wondering if their season is now going down the drain with a 6-game suspension right here, right now? Gabe.
Bye week obviously helps, buys them a little more time. If they appeal to the Fifth Circuit en banc, the Fifth Circuit could rule on that very quickly. The Fifth Circuit only accepts about 3% of those appeals. So it's a long shot to even get that case granted to be heard. And then even if it's heard, you still have to win the case. So that could happen relatively quickly. That could happen within a matter of a week. It could happen before next Sunday. Or he could file in New York and ask for an emergency TRO or emergency injunction to stop the suspension. Again, just like he did in Texas, that hearing could be granted early next week. That decision could happen middle of next week. It could all happen before next week's game. But again, one issue is the timing. Can he get it done quickly enough? But just as important, if not more important, is will the decision go down his way? But it could, in theory, happen quickly enough to keep him on the field. But you're going to have to get another federal judge to agree with Judge Mazant over in Texas to say the process was unfair and that he's entitled to an injunction. Those are difficult things to do. One judge already did it, so it's certainly possible another judge will do it.
Okay, so then because I have been with you through lockout and conversations like this for years now, Gabe, I am going to, instead of asking you what you think will happen, I will tell you what I think will happen, and you tell me if that likelihood is going to take place. And if that is the case, you have to sign the honorary degree you gave me. Okay, Gabe?
And what do I get if you're wrong?
I don't know. Just an attaboy, okay? All right, it's worth nothing. Okay, how about this? Okay, how about this? How about this? Here we go. That he will do something to try and stop it. I don't know what it is. But it won't happen in time for the Week 7 game against the 49ers, so he'll have to miss that. So that's one game. And then he'll have to wait for that decision to happen between games weeks 7 and 8. And he will have to sit there and say, do I just pull the plug and take the 5 games right here, or he will then get that relief right now that will last the rest of the season and he'll play the rest of the year? What do you think, Gabe?
It's possible. I don't hate that prediction. I think if they push forward with it, right now they could get a decision before week 7, which would destroy your prediction.
Okay.
But if not, it's possible. And it may be that they make that decision now, that Elliott says, I'm tired of the distraction. I just want to get the 6 games out of the way and let me get back on the field for the end of the season. But remember, not only does Elliott have his interest in playing those games or getting those suspension out of the way, but the Players Association also has that broader battle going on with the league that they don't want to give in. It's not just about Elliott anymore, just like it wasn't just about Tom Brady or deflated footballs. It's about fairness to the next player and giving these players a fair hearing before, whether it's the commissioner or Harold Henderson or ideally a neutral arbitrator. So again, it's not just for the Cowboys fans, it's about getting Elliott on the field. For the Players Association, it's about him getting on the field and getting protection for the next suspension, the next discipline.
All right. So in 30 seconds, do you think Zeke does play a game again this year, Gabe? What do you think?
I think he does. I think he does play again this year.
Well, obviously, or after the 6th in December, or do you think? Let's put it this way: does he play a game in October?
I think there is a better chance that he plays a game in October than he had before the season started. I think that case law, that decision by Judge Mazant may be persuasive to a court in New York. So I think Cowboys fans should be feeling more optimistic than they might otherwise be, but it's still the odds are stacked against them.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
Isn't it amazing you can download an app with your thumbprint? You should download our app with your thumbprint.